another question that came through, which is talking about investor needs and have they changed during COVID and the market turbulence we've seen this year? And how have you adapted? And Hamish, if I can just stay with you maybe to answer that question.
Yeah, it's been really interesting in terms of adaptation and what's gone on in the pandemic. I think what we're all doing here is an adaptation. Previously we had a physical conference, and certainly from our experience that we have enabled to move our whole office. I haven't been in my office since the 5th of March. It's quite nice after 30 years going to an office every day, but we have found that it's been incredibly efficient and a new way of learning. I would have probably had about 5 trips overseas since the 5th of March, including coming to Asia for this conference, which would have taken my whole week out. So I have picked up a huge amount of personal time, a huge amount of thinking time with this adaptation. And even when we speak to global chief executives around the world, I would have used to go on and seen them and maybe take one analyst. I'm now bringing 15 people from Magellan into the office of a major chief executive in the world in contemporaneous. So it's led to efficiency, but whilst I think it's taken us right forward in being able to be more present, be more timely with our interactions, social interactions and physical interactions are still very important as well. And I don't think we can take to what's happening at the moment to an extreme and decide we all should stay in our houses and never see anybody again and never have any physical contact, because a lot of collaboration really happens in the physical world as well. So I think there's a lot of lessons, but let's not take it to the extreme here.
Rob, do you have anything to add?
Yeah, well, look, I just give the context of, I suppose, our clients and really, I think all COVID's done is accelerate some of the trends that needed to be happening. So back in March, when markets were falling, the research showed in Hong Kong and Singapore, people panicked. We saw that in the US, we saw that in the UK. So a huge amount of what we were doing was picking up the phone, speaking to clients and reassuring them and saying, well, have you got enough money to cover your short-term needs? This money was for your pension fund. And by the way, you're 45, you're 55, you've got a long way to go. So that first bit was, reassurance of the plan. What we've seen really since September is kind of, I'm guessing, a bit of COVID fatigue. And I still need to get on and do stuff. We've got new tax years. People want to do financial planning for their kids and their grandchildren. So I think people are becoming more aware, or what I've seen is people more aware of the need to plan for their financial future. And people have got the time. And back to Hamish's point, now all of a sudden a financial advisor can jump on a Zoom call, maybe with the husband and wife at the same time. And you can have 2 or 3 meetings of half an hour rather than maybe a longer meeting once or twice a year. And I think that has changed things. But I do agree with Hamish. There is value to face-to-face contact. And especially with all of this stuff, is stressful, right? So helping people feel reassured and giving people peace of mind has probably never been more important.